I must ask you, how can you not be romantic about Baltimore Orioles baseball? Wow. What a game, baby. Orioles win 5-0 in an absolute dominant game. Dominant. I mean, talk about concern, worry level. We'll talk about it in a second. But first off, welcome to Ryan Ripken Show. I am not Ryan Ripken. I am Zach Bollinger, joined by Mr. Kevin Ostreicher. Kevin, how we doing?
Feeling good. The vibes are hot. Orioles again, Zach. I'll steal the stat from you. I think they said this on the radio broadcast too. 15-0-6 at least in their last 21 AL East series. Kyle Bradish seems like almost perfection yet again for Kyle Bradish. But you know what? You can get one hit, Kyle Bradish, on that mound every 6th or 7th day. You can sign me up for that 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about some concern and, with Brandon Hyde's comments, if they weren't sure when he'd pitch, if he'd get a go in Tampa, if he'd even pitch in Tampa. A lot of concern of, is he not feeling well? Is the arm kind of, UCL acting up? I would say 6 innings, 1 hit, 9 Ks. I'm feeling pretty good about where Kyle Bradish is right now. An absolute dominant game. And it's so funny. This is what makes the Orioles so electric, so much fun to watch. I was preparing for this entire post-game show to be what an outing by the pitchers. And then the 8th and 9th inning, the offense just explodes on the scene. I can't give much advice to professional baseball hitters. I can't. Honestly, I don't play the game like that. But if you are going to hang a 3-1 pitch to Gunnar Henderson, you will not see that ball again. And that's exactly what happened. If it's 3-1 to Gunnar Henderson, just walk him. If it's 3-0, just walk him. Because I can tell you, it's a lot better to have him on first base than for them to hang that and then suddenly it's 5-0. What a game, Kevin.
Yeah, and to your point about Gunnar, man, I mean, we've seen the pitching staffs across the MLB start to respect Gunnar a lot more recently by not giving him pitches to hit. And we are seeing that with the uptick in walks, and as such, the uptick in Gunnar Henderson rage bat throws after he ends up walking. But when you give Gunnar those pitches to hit, he will make you pay. Gunnar is that good. Look, if you got a little bet in for Gunnar MVP before this year started, Zach, I think you're in that category.
3 of them.
You are feeling pretty good right now. No award is locked up at this point in the season, but Gunnar's name is fully in there. And, man, I remember, what was it, Zach? A couple of streams ago, we were talking about Gunnar, and the word slump came up. And we said, look, the reason for this is Gunnar's getting pitches to hit a little bit, but teams just aren't throwing at him as much anymore, because they know what can happen. And so, in my opinion, you have a guy in Gunnar Henderson who, whether he's at the top of that lineup, cleaning up in that 3 spot, he'll give you production. And guess what? Gunnar let off today, but if you're going to hit the homer, do it with guys on base. And that's what the Orioles did today.
I mean, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Should we do 1 up, 1 down just to start? It's hard to find it down.
I know. They are.
I'll go with
I know what mine is, but you go first.
Oh, what your down is?
Yeah, but you go first. You take it.
Wow. Now I feel like I'm missing something. I'm going to go with my 1 up. Do I just take Bradish? I'm just going to take Bradish. I feel like that's the easiest one because what was the storyline going into today? We'll see how Bradish pitches. Then we'll kind of go from there. We'll see how he's feeling. I'm not going to lie, people. Going into this game, I was like, if he goes more than 4 or 5, I'm happy. I just wanted to see him out there throwing the ball and being healthy, and he blew all my expectations away. Absolutely shattered them. Down. Unfortunately, it's got to be said he still just continues to struggle at the plate. He got the walk, but another 0 for 3 day. I think he's up to 0 for his last 23, 0 for his last 24. And it's just brutal to watch. We've talked about plenty of times here we think Seti's going to break out of it eventually, but that doesn't take away the fact that it's hard to play him right now. It's hard to play him. It's hard to get him those spots to allow him to break out of it, because if other guys are producing, you're trying to win the AL East right now. You're trying to go win a World Series. It gets harder and harder to find opportunities to allow him to get out of this stretch. So, I would say very mediocre down for how many ups there were today.
Yeah, I mean, it's when you're talking about the ups versus the downs, like the ups just outweigh the downs by, a million. My up, I'll give it to your man, Zach, Mr. Jordan Westberg. Went 1 for 5 today, but the one was big with the triple. And that's, we're accustomed to this, man. He'll hit the ball out. He'll get on base. He'll drive guys in. That is all-star Jordan Westberg, in my opinion, to everybody out there, by the way. I know, he has a road ahead considering his position.
Let's make it happen.
But you know what? Let's make it happen. Did Jordan Westberg automatically become a Taylor Swift fan just now? K-pop fan just now? Gotta get the Swifties in on it.
Viral. I'll start
K-pop.
making edits of Jordan Westberg walking into the stadium and be like, yo, what are you listening to? It's like, oh, every Taylor Swift song. We'll get him in.
Yeah, for sure. So Jordan Westberg's my up. And again, you could take Gunnar, you could take Kyle Bradish, you could take a lot of different things in terms of the up. The bullpen, obviously, again. Danny, your man, speaking of all-star trains, get him to the all-star game. Get Danny Coulomb to the all-star game. Absolutely deserved, by the way, if he ends up making it. So another all-star to watch out. My down, I mean, you took Seti, so I'll go. I mean, Kyle Stowers left. I think I saw the comment. Right wrist discomfort. And I see, according to Jake Rill, Brandon Hyde said that the diaphragm on the turf in Toronto ended up being the reason. That's kind of where that all started. Hyde said he's going to be fine, but still you hate to see a guy leaving. So that's the down. But I mean, if I had to pick one, Zach, obviously Cedric is the one I was going to go with, but seems like we just steal each other's every single time we do this. So
it's a good day if there's really only one down we can think about.
Yes. Yeah.
So if we're both like, there's only one down that we feel like we have to pick, and that's the only thing that we can consider really a down, the Orioles played pretty damn well.
Yeah, it's tough across the board for Seti. I mean, we know the defense is there, but the offense has just been not good for practically the entire season. And people will say, oh, well, just, put him in pinch hit opportunities. He's not in a rhythm right now. You put him in cold after 5 days off or whatever, he's not going to produce for the most part. Like, you have to try to find ways to get him going. But you said, Zach, this team, the time is running out to get guys going. Like, they have to put the guys out there, especially with the way this Yankees team has played recently. They're in a battle for the AL East right now, and you have to have we could look back on this stretch in June when we get to September and be like, man, the Orioles could have won this game or that game or this game or that game. And for Seti, it just sucks because I know how bad he wants to get out of this. The frustration is so visible. He understands what's going on. Everybody understands what's going on. But luckily for Baltimore, they're not in a spot where they have to play him every single day. They can give him off days, give him opportunities to get back on track. But has not been good in the plate for Seti this year. Yeah,
and I real quick, Justin, shout out you, man.
Appreciate you, Justin. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's the new trend for you. Holding the mic. Holding the mic is a new thing for you.
I know. I think it's because I want to lean back and I don't want to be over top of, like, when I had it sitting in front of me. And this also is like a $35 mic. Like, I have to get a new one. So, like, this isn't like the best. I got to upgrade. So I need a computer upgrade. I need a mic upgrade. I honestly need a PC up. Man, I need every upgrade in the book. Although I did get new headphones recently. So that's and then another quantum wave function. Appreciate you as well.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
And, hey, I'm seeing, guys, and in the comments, let us know your one ups, one down. Seeing how about another nice knock for Norby? Yeah, talk about a guy. I hate to compare two young guys together, but does Connor Norby not, like, low key give you Jordan Westberg vibes of, like, he's not going to do the flashy thing, but, like, he's just going to go out there and, like, he'll just go 1 for 3 silently, but that one will, like, lead to something big. Like, he's just going to get the job done.
And Connor Norby has power. Like, we know he has that power. So I'm loving what I'm saying. I think the plate approach, I mean, obviously, like, first day out there, what needs to have to get one of those weird mics and just
You know the
oh,
ones
God.
like that they wear. Ugh.
That'd be a sight, let me tell you.
Yep.
Yeah,
That'd be
going
cool.
to the All-Star game. Quickly before, do we want to do my prop? It's not going to be as long as last time.
Yeah, let's do it because I have a prop as well.
Oh, starting a
showed
prop
it to you
trend.
beforehand.
Well, yeah, okay. I wouldn't consider that. Okay, we'll consider it a prop. For
very,
now.
very okay. I understand your. Okay.
Okay, but for now, we had the Pringles reveal last night. Speaking of Pringles, when I was at the grocery store, actually, they had a section for pet toys, and I got this.
Did you get a pineapple?
For Banksy. Purgles. Yeah, you see, yeah, look at it. You got the cat with the mustache and everything. You got the fish going on. Yeah, you got the Purgles going on. So for those who missed it, we did a grocery store reveal for me yesterday, and I got 4 things of Pringles, including some street taco ones. So I thought for today, why not bring out the Purgles and wrap up the Pringle train? So I had a prop, and
so
Zach actually. Yeah, so before the game, I went.
So different.
Yes, very. But before the game, I went to. I just went out with my dad, and we did some stuff before the game started. And we went to this place that had all these crazy, funky kind of sodas. And my dad wanted to get each of us a crazy soda. Now, I think he left them in his car because I would have actually chugged the soda on today's stream if he had not forgotten it in his car. But we have something crazy the next win because I might die on a stream with this. And by the way, everybody has one. You, Brad, Ryan, Rocco, my dad got one for everybody. So we're gonna see. I would not drink yours if I needed to survive. It is that disgusting.
I'm so excited. Oh my God.
you and Brad have the same one, by the way. So just a little preview for that.
So I like how Kevin's prop for the Orioles win is he's like, here's this cute cat toy that I got for my cat.
I've run out of stuff with the Orioles for now.
No, but I'm like, you're like, hey, here's this like, wholesome toy I got for my cat. And I brought a tequila shot.
Which water, right?
Water shot. I brought a water shot.
Yep. Water shot. Yep.
I brought a water shot to hydrate. So
the theme of the Orioles, hydration station. There you go.
Ooh, good one. Yeah. So I like how we both same idea. Also, I just wanted to get to this real quickly. Absolutely not, Joe. I would put so much money on that. I would put he's now looking it up. That's how
I'm not. No, I'm not. But you're correct.
No,
first of all, I did not get a pineapple today. I still have the pineapple core with no pineapple. And second of all, no, I do not know what that means.
It's like,
by the way.
Yeah, it's like open relationship swinger thing. It's like yeah.
Oh. Learn something new every day.
Look at the chat. The entire chat is like, no way.
Everybody has zero belief in me, is what that is.
Yeah. But God. Oh, I just popped my hip. I don't know if you heard that, but that felt. I didn't
actually. Before, well, we're gonna keep talking Orioles here. But before, what happened to you going down to the bar and getting the post-game vibes going?
No, so I'm not going to lie. The Oriole game, I kind of messed up the timing, got too early. I was thinking tonight was a night game, and it would be like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock end time, and I'd already be down there. But then I realized it was a 4:10 game, and I was like, ooh, not heading down there yet. So, yeah, the shot's just kind of like my starter for the night. But
yeah, this is the weird series. Friday series ending on a Monday.
I hate it. I hate it so much. It's throwing me off. It's throwing me. We got into that. We weren't even sure how long the series was for a minute because of it.
Yeah, crazy. Well, we got a lot of Bradish comments. Let's get back. Let's get heel cinnamon, as Ryan says. Scene. Let's get back into
Cheers to Kyle Bradish.
Okay, cheers to Kyle Bradish. You can take your water. There you go.
All right, Kyle Bradish.
All right, Kyle Bradish, 6 innings for Kyle Bradish, 88 pitches, 1 singular hit, 9 strikeouts. Zach, he was on his game today. The stuff was there. The confidence was there. The Rays couldn't figure him out. He was painting pitches on the corners, getting guys to chase. I mean, the Kyle Bradish that we have come to know and love in Baltimore was absolutely back today. And again, if you're going to get this Kyle Bradish, yeah, very true, Joe. If you're going to get this Kyle Bradish every 6th or 7th day, go ahead and rest him that extra day or two. If that's
you
what
take
he
it
needs,
every time.
Take it 10 times out of 10, Zach. Kyle Bradish, there were some questions, especially after that last outing and the uncertainty leading up to this start. There was a lot of, okay, what's the Kyle Bradish the Orioles are going to get? Well, I think Kyle Bradish gave us that answer and gave it to us in pretty dominating fashion.
Yeah, Kyle Bradish. Just, it was like from the start, too. There was no hard contact. The only ball put in play by the Rays over 95 miles per hour was the last hit by Yasniel Diaz. Diaz. And so it just was. And also Tiani Diaz. I don't know. Yasniel was the guy we got.
Yeah, I got him. My Orioles legend over there. Yasniel Diaz.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's just stuck in my head right now. But it was one of those days where it just felt like, almost weirdly, it felt like, in the same sense, kind of what Povich was doing, minus, instead of walking guys, Bradish was striking out guys, but there was zero hard contact all throughout the day, and it allowed him to, one, keep his pitch count down, because even when he was striking guys out, he was doing it efficiently. There weren't these 7-8 pitch at bats where guys were fighting off strikes and stuff. He was just dominating. He was going out there, getting swings and misses. I think Hyde said he had slightly more swings and misses during his dominant Chicago start, but he said this is as good as he's seen him.
Yeah, I mean, when the Orioles have Kyle Bradish cooking like that, they are a tough team to beat, because not only, look, if you score no runs, you're not going to win the game. Just want to throw that out there. It's pretty highly unlikely you're going to win with not scoring a run. But with the way the starting rotation has been, I will say it every single time an Orioles starter goes out there and does this, the starting rotation has blown me away this year. It's not just Kyle Bradish. Corbin Burns has been awesome this year. Grayson Rodriguez has had plenty of moments. Dean Kramer's had his moments. Obviously, the stories of Cole Irvin and Albert Suarez. Even Cade Povich, who, gave up the 6 earned. Obviously, Tate came in and, the story's there, but with the walks. But the starting rotation has been so consistent all season. I mean, when's the last time we've seen a rotation that the Orioles have had like this, Zach? It has been years and years and years and years and years and years and years since we've seen that. So it makes me so happy to see this rotation dominating the way that they have been. And it makes the Orioles a really tough team to beat, especially if the offense can get it going. Again, if you're going to use the long ball the way that they have this season, by the way, 100 on the season. And I mean, how fitting is it, Zach, that Gunnar Henderson is the guy to put him over? 20th homer for Gunnar, 100th homer on the season. So 2 little fun fact checks for you there.
Yeah,
but if the offense if the offense continues to be the Orioles offense, we know, and the starting rotation continues to lock down for the most part like they have all season, I mean, this Orioles team becomes, already tougher to beat than they are. And with some offensive consistency and some bullpen consistency, that's a very scary sight for everybody else in the MLB.
Yeah, first I just want to say what's up to Aaron. What just went by you? Also,
I live on a highway.
Want to talk about just honestly how well the Orioles starters have helped out the bullpen. Because, man, another game where only 2 bullpen arms have to be used. And over the past, it's got to be up to 10 games now. I think they are under a 0.83 ERA, 0.73 ERA. Bullpen's been incredible recently. And it all starts with, I guess, the starters. Weirdly, the bullpen success is completely because of the starters right now. I don't want to say completely, but it's been completely aided by the starters, because these guys just go out there and they're giving you 6 innings, 6 1/3, 6 2/3. I think we've only seen one start over the past 4 or 5 not go above 6 innings. And so it's big for these guys, even when they don't have the best stuff. Cade Povich didn't have the best stuff, and then a bullpen comes in. I think it was Aiken went 2 huge innings there. and then they've just completely been able to stay on a roll from there.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, look, we've seen countless times, whether it's the Orioles or other teams throughout the MLB, if your starting rotation is not on, if your starting rotation has to leave after 2 innings, 3 innings, if there's a starter who has a bad start, your bullpen has to come in and eat those innings. It's why, the quote unquote innings eaters are so important, because a lot of people use just go out there, give them 5 or 6 or 7. And that means, the bullpen only has to pitch 2, 3, 4 innings. So the way that this Orioles rotation has been so consistent, the Orioles bullpen has been used a lot this season, right? We've talked about some of the overusage, especially early in the season. But if this starting rotation was even a little bit less consistent, that's more tax on the bullpen. So at the end of the day, the reason that we've seen this bullpen, and I forget the stat we said yesterday, Zach, with like a 0.6 ERA or something in the last 9 appearances or something. I don't think that's exactly the number, but it's around that. The reason that's the case is because these guys don't have to go and give you, have your middle guy go 3 innings a night. Like, your starting rotation is giving you at least 5 innings every night of really solid pitching. And that just takes stress off of everybody else in that bullpen. And it hopefully can continue that way, because we're 8 days into June now, tough month ahead, and they're going to need all those bullpen arms to be as fresh as possible.
Yeah, just another gifted membership by just another quantum wave function. Appreciate you. And then Aviator Dread, both of you guys, really appreciate it. He said, I got you, Joe. Zach, liver transplant fund started for all that input, spicy water. Love it. And then we even got the tip of approval up here somewhere by
tip of approval. Do you want to reword that?
Yeah, what did I say? Yeah. I meant,
tip of approval.
I meant tip of the cap, and then I mixed up phrases.
Well,
Kevin, don't turn that on me. Don't you dare.
I'm not gaslighting you. You said it.
No, we did not sadly have a corn dog. Too many sticks have been missing.
No. So I think that scarred a couple people who watched that. So not sure when the corn dogs are coming out to play. Banksy is staring at me. Actually, Joe asked me what happened because Ryan did that stream for Holy Shirts and Pants. The members, which, by the way, if you're not a member, be sure to hit that join button next to subscribe for exclusive streams. You get emotes, and I'm going to post a status update here in a couple hours after I go and get the updates on this crazy dessert I'm about to get. So if you want to become a Holy Shirts and Pants member, do that. What happened to the pineapple I was looking for? I went out this morning looking for a pineapple. I could not find a pineapple. I went to a grocery store. They had no pineapples. So we went.
They were out of pineapples?
Yeah, just no pineapples. So I had my pineapple core, but I forgot a pineapple. So
I still can't believe you bought that without having a pineapple.
Well, because I was like, oh, this is going to be really effective when I have to core a pineapple. But then I'm like, wait.
No point where you're like, maybe I should grab one?
No. There was not that for me. So,
all right. Actually, I want to answer the question. Oh, who's the MVP for this team right now? I feel like it's obvious, if I'm being honest, but
man, you could be the MVP of the league.
Yeah, I think it is. It's just got to be Gunnar Henderson right now.
Yeah. Well, okay, let's take Gunnar out.
Yeah.
Who's the MVP?
Yeah, let's take Gunnar out. I'm between 2 guys.
I'm between 3, I think. There are a lot of guys who could put in this conversation.
You say yours first.
I don't have mine yet.
Yeah, in the comments. So besides Gunnar Henderson, who would you guys think? I kind of like. I'm between Adley and Burns.
Yeah, I could I'm throwing Westy in there, but I think realistically it's between Adley and Burns. Like, I want to give Westy his props, but
yeah,
man, it's.
I'm gonna go.
I'll go. Okay, who do you have?
I'm gonna go. This is so tough. I hate this. I hate having to pick one.
I'll give mine first if you need to think.
Yeah, you think. You give yours.
I give mine. I'm gonna go Burns by a hair, just because I think he not that Bradish wouldn't have set the tone, but I think he has truly set the tone for this rotation this year. And again, like the Orioles took a really big risk. Yeah, legend, by the way, Hopper. Tiago Vieira, Joe with Heston Kjerstad. Yeah, I think for me, I mean, the Orioles took a huge risk. I mean, you know, risk is relative considering the player that Burns is, but they gave up 2 really good young players for Corbin Burns. And if he had come in and just been like okay or like kind of good, I think that, you know, that's not the guy you were trading for. That's not the guy you gave up those prospects for. And while Adley's been awesome, he's been a tone setter. His leadership is amazing. And obviously he's had a couple of really long hit streaks this season. You know, seems to always be in the right spot at the right time, especially at the plate. But Burns has been a guy that has just come to play almost every single time. And to me, you can make a really strong argument for Adley. I was literally like 2 seconds away from picking Adley. But with how dominant this rotation has been this year, and with them being the most consistent part of this team, I'll give the slight edge to the starting pitcher. But then we have to remember, Adley's catching a lot of these guys this year. And shout out James McCann, too, for his catching this year. This doesn't get done without both Adley and James McCann behind the plate. So that's another, if you're voting Adley, look, I don't blame you because he also has his hand very deep in that starting rotation in terms of how they're playing this year.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna go Adley then since you kind of picked Burns. Like you said, he's got his hand in the rotation, but he's batting over 300. He's gotten a hit, and I believe it's now 11 out of 12 games. Like, you want to talk about consistency? Westberg's obviously as consistent as they come, but it just feels like Adley is, if you'll just go importance to this team, Gunnar and Adley are 1A, 1B. It's just incredible.
Yeah. All right, fine, Ryan. You want to play another game, Ryan? We'll play this game too. Who is the most unsung hero for the Orioles this season? Ryan says Cole Irvin, unsung guy for the squad.
Yeah.
Don't at me, Kevin or Zach. Most stable arm for the Birds this year and stepped up tremendously despite the injuries. Yeah, so all right, in the chat, who is your unsung hero so far through the beginning of June for the Orioles this year?
They clarified outside of Burns. He clarified most stable outside of Burns. I think, if I was going to go with one, it would be, I think it would also be Irvin, but to go with someone that isn't Irvin, I'm not going to go Suarez because he and Irvin have they're in that same sort of area, I'd say. What about Jorge Mateo? Talk about a guy.
I thought you were going to go somebody else.
Jorge Mateo, talk about a guy that my dog just completely barged in this room.
Nice. Dog appearance. Come on, let's get a dog appearance.
Okay, he's just saying there. Okay. But yeah, no, talk about Jorge Mateo. Jackson Holliday comes up. You don't even know how often Jorge Mateo is going to play, especially we saw how he ended last year, the final 3-4 months of last year, and you're just sitting there like, what Jorge Mateo are we going to get? And at times, Jorge Mateo has led this offense. He's led rallies. He's gone and been the big play getter. You know, if it's a late home run, the home run against the Yankees over the left field wall, he makes insane plays night in and night out in the field. If we're talking unsung heroes, it's hard for me not to go Jorge Mateo right now.
I thought you were going to say Rios.
I mean, recently, but
it hasn't been for the full season, and I think when you're talking about Mateo, it has been for the full. My pick would not be Urias. For the majority, I thought, you've given the Urias a lot of. You've been on that Roman Empire hype train.
The Ramon Empire, baby.
Yeah, I will go Albert Suarez, just to be different, right? I mean, Cole obviously has been awesome. Jorge too, but look, Albert Suarez came in. Raise the hands in the chat. How many people knew of Albert Suarez before he got called up? Did you, Zach?
No, he hadn't pitched in the major since 2017.
Exactly. So who knew about Albert Suarez? The answer is probably no one. So he comes up and has been such a steady force for them. And look, they've needed him because this rotation has not been – they haven't been fully healthy all year. Like, people don't remember. I mean, I'm sure they do. But it's like, look – Kyle Bradish missed the beginning of the season. John Means missed the beginning of the season. Then Grayson goes down. Then you have Dean. And there's just shifting all these parts all over the place. And Albert Suarez and Cole Irvin, by the way, not excluding Cole from this, but just to talk about Suarez, he's been there. He's been able to come out of the bullpen. He's been able to give them shutdown innings, both as a starter and as a reliever. it just feels like to me, he's this story that nobody knew even existed. And he's coming out here and dominating these major league players on a consistent basis. You know, if he had been like, okay, 2 good starts, 1 bad start, 2 good starts, like that'd be a different story. It's been like almost all good for Suarez the entire season. It's like he'll give you 5 1/3 or 6 innings of 1 run or 2 run ball every single time he goes out there. And he's been absolutely consistent for them, as have a lot of other unsung heroes this year. So
Yeah,
shout out to Mike Elias. Ravens fans saying Mike Elias knew about Albert Suarez. That's all that matters. Mike Elias knew. Yeah. And that's why he's up right now. By the way, Ryan, what time is it where you are right now? If you're still watching, it's like 1 a.m., probably 2 a.m.
Yeah. The hot dog race is underrated. We got Hayes hitting 350. Yeah. There's just so many underrated guys on this team.
Coolum's a good one. It's a good one.
Yeah. I mean, you could even go Ryan O'Hearn. Like, that's just. And like, can you even call him underrated though anymore? Like, no, that's the thing.
I don't even think so. Yeah,
like, can you call him an unsung hero because he's batting 3rd on the number 2 team and number 3 team in the AL? Like, it's brutal. Like,
how many of those stories do they have though? Like, you have your stars, obviously your top prospects. Like, those guys have been instrumental, like your stars. But then it's just like, okay, Anthony Santander, Rule 5 guy, who, again, how many Rule 5 guys pan out? You know, it's like they found him. And then you have Mateo, who the Padres gave up on. And, like, you're finding all these utility guys and starting pitchers. Like, you know, they trade actually a decent prospect for those are fine. I got to go. You're going to answer my question. Right? What time is it?
Completely ignored your question.
Of course. Yeah, Ryan says he has some thoughts on the next special live stream. So go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button, courtesy of Ryan. But yeah, big shout out. You know, we give the Eric DaCosta round of applauses. Zach, can we give a Mike Elias round of applause here? I mean,
beautiful, just beautiful all around. Ravens fan, yeah, it looks like I do think he's going to get another start. I think he's going to be potentially Tuesday. I think we could see him as early as Tuesday, depending. I think that's when he's supposed to get that next start, Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on if they want. I guess it would be Suarez would potentially pitch Tuesday. So we'll see what happens. But from all looks of it, if he wasn't going to get another start, I don't think they'd have him on the team still, because they would want a reliever or something to be holding that spot. So we're 2 days already after he started. I think by this point he would have already been optioned if he wasn't getting another look.
Yeah, who would come up? Because Vespi can't come back for another week-ish.
Brian Baker. No, probably like Matt Crook or something. I'm a big Matt Crook guy. They might
you have mentioned him a lot, yeah.
Yeah, he was a guy who really intrigued me when we picked him up in the offseason because his metrics are not the greatest. Like, he's not high velo, he doesn't have the most movement, but he just he gets guys out at 88 miles an hour. And it's just so he's like a weird sidearm release guy. It's intriguing to me. I kind of want to see him.
Would be interesting. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, like, the Orioles are getting contributions from everywhere. And now we said this at the last time the Orioles won 2 straight against an AL East opponent, which was less than a week ago against Toronto.
Yeah.
Right, go out there and win the series, and they did not do so. So hopefully this time around, with it's Burns tomorrow, right? Burns on the bump tomorrow. So
Burns and Grayson.
It's Burns and Grayson. No, Burns and Grayson. Isn't it Burns then Grayson, or is it Grayson then Burns?
Let me see.
I think it's Burns. I'm pretty sure it's
Burns. No, it's Grayson then Burns. Grayson's tomorrow.
All right, Grayson then Burns. My fault. Yeah. Hopefully, it's one of those 2 guys able to go out there, win the series. Hopefully, both those guys will be able to sweep. So
yeah,
then we can talk about 16-0-5 against the AL East.
Exactly, and this is why you went and got Corbin Burns. This is why you drafted Grayson Rodriguez, because when you're up 2-0 in a series against a division opponent on the road, you want to go win. You need to go get one of the next 2 games, and now you have Corbin Burns and Grayson Rodriguez starting, and you feel really good about your chances of taking one, if not both of them. But now you just got to show up. So this is why you got those guys. This is why you develop these guys. is to go in moments like this where you can really continue to distance yourself in a very good AL East.
Yeah, and look, with this offense, we've been talking about getting, get the single in, runners in scoring position, double them in. Look, this team's just going to hit homers all day. Like, it's what they're going to do. If you're going to do it, hit them with guys on base. If you hit 4 solo shots, if you win 4-3, fine. But, like, we talk about how it's not sustainable over a full season. Like, you have to produce with guys on and runners in scoring position. But, look, this is the best power hitting team in baseball. So, like, they're going to do it. They're going to hit a bunch of homers. We're not talking about a team that's, like, they're a top 10 team or this is the best power hitting team in baseball. So they're going to do it. Just do it with guys on. And with the way this rotation is dealing right now, even just a couple 2-run dingers will do it for you. So
yeah, I just had to fact check you, Kevin. They do have the highest slugging percentage in all baseball. Good stuff. And I did not realize the lead they had taken on the New York Yankees for home runs. Jesus.
Yep.
Yeah, they're the first team by a long time. So they have 100 home runs hit this year. Mind you, they've played less games than all of these teams I'm about to mention. And this is 2 or 3 less games than all these teams. The Yankees have 93 at number 2. Number 3 is the Astros and Dodgers at 82. And then 5 is the Athletics at 75. So the Orioles have a 25 home run lead on the Athletics at number 5. Like, that's just crazy, just how much they're overpowering teams at times.
Yeah, and I mean, on the broadcast with Jeff and Brett, they said that the Orioles in their last 16 games have 30 home runs. It was 30, now it's 31.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's the stat I heard, and they have out-homered those opponents 31-9, if I'm not mistaken. So that's just crazy power and crazy good pitching from the starters and not give up a bunch of homers. So,
Kevin, how can you not be romantic about Baltimore Orioles baseball?
It's true.
He would. Number 4.
You're never gonna. You need to get an Earl Weaver jersey.
I think I have to.
I think at this point you have to.
Oh, over 129. I mean, they still got a month and a half.
I'm slamming that. I'm slamming that.
30 home runs in the next month and a half, month and a week. Yeah, especially with all the games they play.
I'm putting my life savings on the over.
Yeah, actually,
don't actually do that, by the way. But like,
1-800-GAMBLER.
That's right. That is correct.
Awesome. So, any final thoughts, Kevin, before we head out of here?
I don't think so. I mean, look, you got the series split at least 2-0. You have the opportunity these next 2 games to go out there, win the series or sweep. And look, every divisional game is important. And it doesn't matter if it's first game of the year, last game of the year, middle of the season. It's all going to come down, especially with the way that the Yankees are playing alongside the Orioles right now. You need every one of these games, which, by the way, those Yankees series a little later in the year are going to be absolutely electric. So
Cinema.
we're gonna have to wait for that. But for now, just control what you can control. Grayson on the bump tomorrow, Corbin on Monday, and hopefully the Orioles can just keep mashing, keep dealing, and go get 2 more wins here.
Win series, avoid getting swept, and you're gonna feel pretty. You're gonna look back and realize you won a lot of damn baseball games.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think the Orioles are on. You go on Twitter, you go on X, you see after losses the reaction, and it's warranted in a lot of cases. There are holes in this team. This team is not perfect, but even with all the holes, with all the things that this team can improve on, they're on like 106 win pace.
Yeah,
that's insane for some of the issues that the Orioles have fought this year. 99 games left. 99. We're in double digits now. 63 down, 99 left. They say you're going to win. What, you're going to win 50, you're going to lose 50. It's what you do with the other 50. If the Orioles continue to do what they're doing, they're going to win a lot of that other 50, and they're going to find themselves in a very good spot come playoffs.
Yeah, Ryan giving us his farewell message. A reminder, baseball is so damn hard. Slumps and bad performances are inevitable. All you can ask is to be in the hunt. O's are in a great position. 100% in the hunt. 100%. So keep winning games, keep them pace, with the Yankees. And again, those series will probably determine who wins the East in a way. So
yeah,
gonna have to get up for those ones, but gotta get up for the other ones too.
This is it.
So.
Just get to the dance. Remember,
Yep.
The Arizona Diamondbacks and the Texas Rangers, both teams were not in playoff spots with 2 weeks remaining in the regular season last year, and both teams made the World Series. It doesn't matter how many games you won, by how much you got the wild card, the division by. All that matters is getting to the dance, and then whatever happens, happens. You just need a chance. So division would be nice, but at the end of the day, get to the playoffs and then go play ball.
100%. Ryan, I was not even unhinged today, for being honest. So
yeah, you did good today. I'm proud of you.
Now there have been some unhinged streams, which, by the way, we love unhinged streams over here on the Ryan Ripken Show. But today was not unhinged. Today was just sit back and recap the dominance of the Baltimore Orioles day today.
It was just a fun stream because there was so much to talk about.
Yes, as my computer starts to go out on me a little bit here. So
yeah. All right, then that's a perfect time to wrap this up. So thank you all for tuning in. We will be back tomorrow with another post-game show after the Orioles and Rays take on each other at, I believe, 1 o'clock, 1:30. So we'll see you like 4 o'clock or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, as Ryan would say if you still listen, have a day, have a night, and we will see you again for another edition of the Ryan Ripken post-game show. We'll see you guys next time.